Welcome back. In sports news, Nigeria's Aruna Kadri has moved 7 places up in the latest ITTF World Ranking released today by the table tennis governing body. The 2014 ITTF star player is now the 30th best table tennis player in the world, displacing Egypt's Omar Asser as the continent's best player. Egypt's Asser dropped to 36 following the defeat he suffered against Kadri at the ITTF Africa Top 16 Cup in Sudan. Segun Toriola also made a triumphant return to the ranking to become the 3rd-rated African player in the world. He is ranked 116 in the world, ahead of Egypt's El Sayed Lashing, who dropped from 127 to 135. Meanwhile, Nigeria have won the 2016 Africa Senior Wrestling Championship in Alexandria, Egypt. Nigerian female wrestlers achieved this feat, winning 6 medals comprising 3 gold, 2 silver and a bronze to emerge champions. Adekunroye Odunayo, Blessing Oborodudu and Aminat Adeniyi won gold in the 55, 69 and 63 kilogram category, while Ifeoma Nwoye and Rosemary Nweke got silver in the 58 and 48 kilogram category. Blessing Oyebuchi won Nigeria's only bronze medal in the 75 kilogram category. With the spectacular performance, Nigeria will have a chance to feature in 5 weight categories at the African Olympic qualifiers in Algiers, slated for April 1st to the 3rd. In the Nigeria Professional Football League, Ikorodu United were this evening forced a goalless draw by 10-man MFM FC in a Lagos derby at the Onikon Stadium. Visiting MFM FC held on to pick a valid away despite being 1 man down in the entire second half of the game. Rivers Angels beat Nasarawa United by a lone goal. Sunshine Stars of Akure and FC Fayuba settled for a 1-1 draw at the Akure Township Stadium. El Kanemi Warriors stunned defending champions Enyimba 2-0 to record their first win of the season. Kano Pillars defeated Akwa United 3-2. In other league matches decided today, Plateau United and Abia Warriors played out a 1-1 draw. Warrior Wolves beat Niger Tornadoes by a lone goal. In the English Premier League, Manchester United top 4 hopes have suffered a setback following a 1-0 defeat at West Bromwich Albion. United's Juan Mata was sent off after receiving 2 yellow cards in quick succession in the first half for preventing West Brom from taking a quick free kick and then tripping Darren Fletcher. United held it until the 66th minute, but their resistance was eventually broken when Salomon Rondon fired home. Christian Benteke's last scrap penalty handed 10-man Liverpool a late comeback against Crystal Palace to keep alive their hopes of a top 4 finish. In tennis, Great Britain have advanced to the quarterfinals of the Davis Cup after Andy Murray overcame Japan's Kei Nishikori in a 5-set marathon in Birmingham. The hosts and reigning champions led 2-1 heading into the 4th rubber, but the British number 1 got the job done with a match to spare. Murray wrapped up a 7-5, 7-6, 3-6, 4-6, 6-3 result against Japan's top representative, Nishikori. Meanwhile, the Czech Republic today edged out Germany to qualify for the Davis Cup quarterfinals, despite a retirement in the 4th round by Thomas Berdych. Lucas Rosol resealed the matchup with a straight-set victory against Alexander Zverev. Berdych was trailing by 2 sets against Philip Kohlschreiber before he retired. The retirement leveled the matchup at 2-2 and left a final decisive round between Rosol and Zverev. Rosol beat 58th ranked Zverev 6-2, 6-3, 6-1. Away from sports news, the figures have gone up to 25. The number of migrants killed when the boat they were traveling in capsized between Turkey and Greece. Only 15 people were rescued when an operation was launched earlier today. At least 3 children are said to have been among the dead. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg has been warning of the dangers of travel by sea of the migrants, warning them not to come to Europe. But it has had to expand its mission at the Aegean to send patrols to Turkish and Greek territorial waters in the battle to defeat people smugglers. According to the International Organization for Migration, at least 321 migrants have drowned trying to get to Greece between January 1st and March 3rd. A court in Iran has sentenced to death one of the country's billionaire businessmen, Babak Zanjani. Zanjani was arrested after being accused of withholding billions in oil revenue, which he channeled through his companies. The 42-year-old was convicted of fraud and economic crimes and was blacklisted by the US and EU for helping Iran evade oil sanctions. 2 others were sentenced to death along with him, and all were ordered to repay the embezzled funds. Finally, America's former First Lady Nancy Reagan has died of congestive heart failure in her home in California. The 94-year-old was renowned as one of the most influential First Ladies in the U.S. history, and her 52-year-old marriage to then-President Ronald Reagan was once described as the U.S. presidency's greatest love affair. Reacting to news of her death, U.S. President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle said, "Nancy Reagan once wrote that nothing could prepare you for living in the White House." She was right, of course, but we had a head start because we were fortunate to benefit from her proud example and her warm and generous advice. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he remembered her as a noble woman who supported President Reagan and stood by his side, and would be remembered as a great friend to the state of Israel. The late Mrs. Reagan will be buried next to her husband at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California. At the main news again. The Minister of State for Labour, James Ocholi, his wife and son died today in a tragic car accident along the Kaduna-Abuja highway. President Buhari said the country has lost a key component of the change agenda. Also today, 3 schoolgirls abducted from Babington College in Ikorodu, Lagos, regained their freedom. Governor Kiwumi Ambode confirmed the arrest of the alleged abductors. And Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, called for improved welfare for children in Nigeria. That's the news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Have a pleasant night rest.